Hello and welcome to Yoga for Strength and Vitality. I hope you're healthy, I hope you're well, and I hope that you're strong and vital, and the practice of yoga will help you to be even stronger and more vital as you practice. I read something this morning that I would like to share with you. It's about worry. We all worry sometimes. Worrying is a way to avoid what is so by thinking about what could be. We all worry. When we do, we are not really living in the present. Today, when you find yourself worrying, say this mantra for daily living. I notice that I'm worrying now. I choose instead to be present. In yoga, we know that there is no pain, no anxiety, no worry in the present moment. When we experience these things, it's usually about thoughts of the past or worries about the future. And practicing yoga, practicing meditation helps to train our mind to be in the present moment. And with this, we worry less. So let's practice. Remain seated or sit down if you're standing up. We'll start warming up our body slowly. Let's begin with some circles, circling the torso. And close your eyes, just move the way your body wants to move right now. Sometimes we want to move full range of motion, other times we move slow and just barely. And the opposite direction. And let's rotate the shoulders with a little bit of tension, forward, up, and back. And then back up and forward. We often carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Let's stretch the left ear to the shoulder and the right ear to the shoulder. One more time, left and right. And making circles for the face or bigger head and neck rotations. And the opposite direction. And let's twist to the left. One hand behind you on the floor, the other hand on the opposite knee, looking over your shoulder, looking back. And to the right. And coming back to the center, let's do Yoga Mudra, the symbol of yoga. Reaching around the back, clasping your hands behind your back with the inhalation, gently arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward, lifting your arms behind you, guiding your forehead towards or onto the mat. And releasing the pose, lower the arms up to your back with your inhalation sitting up, pausing for a moment with your eyes closed. And let's do a breathing practice, the purification breath or cleansing breath. It's a very simple alternate nostril breathing technique. Using the pinky of the right hand, closing the right nostril, deeply inhale through the left. Then closing left, exhaling right. Inhaling right. Switching over, exhaling left. And keep going for a couple of minutes. Close your eyes while you do it. And make your inhalations and exhalations long and slow, but effortless. Finishing with an exhalation through the left when you get there. And sit with your eyes closed for a moment longer. Pranayama's breathing practices are excellent tools to counterbalance a worrying mind. Just sitting somewhere for 5 minutes and doing a breathing practice with a lot of consciousness will instantly transform your state of mind. Let's stand up. And we'll begin with some balance. So let's do a warm-up by placing one foot in front of the other. Heel is touching the toes. Weight is evenly placed on both feet and both legs, so we're not leaning back or forward. You can have your hands out in your peripheral vision, that helps. And crossing forearms, placing the hands on the shoulders. Gazing at a focal point, that's the most important part in all the balance poses. Finding a focal point at eye level or above, and then dim your eyes to soften your gaze. And let's bring the opposite foot forward. Heel touching toes. Important to have a straight line, because if our feet are sideways, we're not really practicing balance that much. And releasing, feet side by side. The most common but a very effective balance pose is the tree pose. I always love to start with a tree pose when we do balance poses. Gazing at your focal point, weight onto the left leg, bringing your right foot up. It could be by your ankle, your lower leg, it could be inside your upper leg, inside your thigh, or it also could be on top of your thigh. So whatever is comfortable for you. Gazing at that focal point. And if you're a little wobbly, if balance is a challenge, you can have your hands out in your peripheral vision or bring the palms to the chest. Of course, there are many different arm variations you can do while holding the tree pose. Most importantly, gazing at that focal point. If you like, you can bring your arms out at shoulder height. Bring the arms back a little bit, lifting the sternum, straightening the upper back. And you can also bring the arms all the way up by the ears, perhaps palms touching above your head or arms straight, palms facing each other. I am calm, I am poised is the affirmation for the tree. And some of our poses have affirmations. And when we mentally repeat those while we hold the poses, it helps us to stay in the moment even more. And before you come out, if your arms are raised, lower them to the chest, and then slowly releasing your foot, pausing with your eyes closed. I am calm, I am poised. For the other side, placing the weight onto the right foot. And opposite leg up, wherever you comfortably can. Lifting the arms if you like. And lowering the palms to the chest, releasing your foot, pausing with your eyes closed. And let's do an ankle twist, opening the eyes, gazing at a focal point, coming up onto the tippy toes, onto the balls of your feet, and bring your arms parallel to the floor. Then shifting your focal point as you start moving your body sideways to your left, pushing the big toe into the mat or into the floor for stability, aiming to have the hips forward and the torso, the upper body sideways. Slowly moving back to the center and to the other side. And moving back to the center, staying up on the toes. And with the next exhalation, lower down onto your heels, arms to your side. And let's check our posture. Tadasana, the mountain pose, in which you want to have your feet about hip width apart, lifting the toes, fanning the toes out, and place them down. Can also cup your belly and your lower back. So lifting gently up the front, pushing on the lower back, adjusting the hips, lifting the arms up, palms up, and bring the arms back behind you. Notice your sternum is lifting, the shoulder blades are moving closer together. And bring the arms down to the side, relax. And last but not least, 2 fingers at the chin, pushing the chin back, lengthening your spine with your head and neck. Close your eyes, make a mental note of your pose. Tadasana, the mountain pose. And let's do 5 full yoga breaths, inhaling through the nose. With the exhalation, bending forward, hands towards the feet. With the inhalation, rising up. Slowly, bone by bone. You can come up onto the toes, gazing at a focal point for this, into a V, and with the exhalation, moving down. Timing your movement with your breath. If you breathe faster, you need to move faster. And let's do 1 more all together. Exhaling down and inhaling up, stretching up. And coming onto the heels, palms at the chest in pranam, our centering position. Elbows are relaxed. Close your eyes. And a straight pose. Weight onto the left leg again. Bending that left knee a little bit so that you can wrap your right leg around more easily. Left arms on top. Bending your elbows, palms together. And lifting the elbows up. Move them forward and up a little bit, increasing the stretch across the upper back and shoulder. In the center of life's storms, I stand serene is the affirmation. Let's untwist arms first, then uncrossing your legs. Pausing with the eyes closed. In the center of life's storms, I stand serene. For the other side, weight onto the right leg, wrapping your left foot around. Right arm on top. Twisting arms, uncrossing your legs, and pause with eyes closed. Let's do some triangles. Standing sideways on your mat, and on the long side, separating your legs nice and wide, instep parallel to each other. Arms up, palms forward with the inhalation, arching back. With the exhalation, bending forward. Left hand to left leg or foot. Try to keep your torso and head in the center. Then bring the right arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Then bring your left hand across to the opposite leg, bending your arm behind your back, and guiding your head towards the knee. Slowly crossing over again, left to left, lifting your arm, looking up one more time. And lower your right arm to your right leg. Stay in the center with your head and lifting your left arm up, looking up. Reaching across, right hand to left leg, bending your opposite arm behind your back, guiding your head close to the knee. And crossing over again, bringing your left arm up, looking up. Gently untwisting with your arms outstretched, inhaling up, arching back. And let's move into an extended side triangle right away. So having the palms facing down, left foot out at an angle, keeping the legs straight, reaching to the left. You want to reach and reach until you cannot reach any further, and lower your hand down. So your hand could be at your shin, could be at your ankle, could be on your foot or on the floor. Opposite arm up and looking up past your outstretched hand. Need some balance, so pick a focal point on the ceiling. Let's bend your left knee, place the hand, your left hand by the instep, and lifting that arm up, looking up again. So your left arm is right next to your left lower leg. And lower your right hand as well. So one hand is by the instep, the other hand is outside of your foot. Then swivel the heel of the right foot up in the back. Right leg is straight, left knee is bent. Lifting your left arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. And slowly lower your left hand, walking your hands to the center. Both feet are facing forward, clasping your hands behind the back, lifting the arms up high, guiding your head down low. For the center unicorn. And lower the hands onto the back. Bring the hands to the waist with your inhalation. Rising up slowly, arching back. And standing up straight, bring the arms up again, parallel to the floor. We'll have to do that on the other side. Now bring the toes of the right foot out and reaching to the right. Lower down where you can and bring the opposite arm up, looking up past your outstretched hand. Both legs are straight, both arms are straight. Feeling a twist in the shoulders and the upper back. Now bending your right knee, place your right hand by the instep and looking up again. And then lower your left hand as well. Place the left hand by the instep, the right hand outside of your foot, and swivel the heel of the left foot up in the back. And lifting your right arm up, looking up. And slowly lower your arm. Swivel the heel of the left foot down, bring the toes forward, walking your hands to the center. And one more time, let's do unicorn, clasping the hands behind the back, lifting the arms up high, guiding your head down low. Try to have soft knees, soft kneecaps. And slowly lower the arms up to your back. Have the hands at the waist with the inhalation coming up. Gentle arch back. Then stepping your feet together. Arms to your side, pausing with your eyes closed. Well, let's start with a jackknife from the front of the mat. Feet about hip width apart. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears. Stretching up, reaching up. With the exhalation, swan diving forward. So arms down from your shoulders. Slowly bending down, just hanging down. If you can move your hips from side to side, move your arms from side to side. And reaching around the back, clasping the hands behind the back, lifting the arms up high, guiding your torso closer to your legs. Then lower the arms onto your back, sliding your hands down your legs. Place them next to your feet and stepping back to a downward dog. So first separating the fingers, having big hands. It's a lot of weight on the hands, on the wrists here. Left foot back and right foot back. Keep a soft bend in your knees at first, straightening the upper back. So the hands are about shoulder width apart. Stretching your chest towards your knees. And then adjusting your stance, maybe walking a little closer in, a little further out, and try to straighten your knees. Lifting your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Bending your upper knee, open the hip to the left. And lower your left foot and raise your right. Bending your upper knee, open the hip to the right. And lower your foot, lower your knees onto the mat, pushing yourself back onto your heels for extended child's pose, and allow your forehead to rest on the mat as well. Come up onto hands and knees, having the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. We'll do cat-cow, rounding your back like an angry cat, sagging down and looking up. And again, exhaling, rounding, inhaling, sagging down, looking up. And moving a couple more times with your breath. Then keeping the spine straight and neutral, straighten the left leg, lift it up, and the right arm. And then for some extra core strength, try to bring that arm and that leg away from the center line, out to the side. And back to the center. And lower down. Let's do cat-cow again. Exhaling, rounding the spine. With the inhalation, sagging down and looking up. And from a straight spine, straighten the right leg, lift it up. And your left arm. And moving it away from the center line, out to the side. Back to the center. And lowering down. One more time, exhaling, rounding your spine. Inhaling, sagging down and looking. Exhaling, sitting on your heels. And with your inhalation, sliding forward into cobra pose. So we need to move low on the mat, like a snake, like a cobra. And placing hands under the shoulders, elbows are hugging the body as we arch up into cobra, looking up. Shoulders away from the ears. I arise joyfully to meet each new opportunity is the affirmation. Looking over your left shoulder and back. And over your right shoulder and back. Back to the center, lower down halfway until you can release your hands, clasping your hands behind your back. Maybe bring the palms together as well, lifting the arms up, and with that, rising up just a little higher. And if you like, you can lift your legs as well. And slowly, simultaneously lowering down. Bring the left cheek on the mat. Pause and relax. Let's bring the arms in front of us, forearms parallel to each other, forearms on the mat. Curling the toes and lifting to low plank. You want to engage the tummy, so navel to the spine as you lift your hips up, pushing the elbows into the mat, holding the low plank pose. And slowly lowering down. Let's move into Cobra again, sliding the hands back under the shoulders, tops of the feet on the mat, and rising up into Cobra. Let's lift the hips, coming up onto hands and knees. We'll do a crossover bow pose, lifting your left leg behind you, keeping that knee bent and reaching back with your right hand. See if you can reach and hold onto your foot or ankle. And as you lift your leg up high, gazing straight ahead. The kneeling bow. It helps to have a focal point. We need a little bit of balance here. And slowly release. Moving on to the other side. Lifting the right leg behind you and the left arm. And releasing. Let's do cat-cow again. Exhaling, rounding your back. Inhaling, sagging down, looking up. And then turning over, sitting down and lying down, lying on your back. And bring your knees into the chest if you like. Hug your knees. Gently roll from side to side. And we prepare to do some simple inverted poses. Lifting the legs up perpendicular to the floor. And you can rotate your feet and ankles a few times in each direction. You can also open and close your legs like scissors. And holding your legs still. With some momentum, bring the legs over your head. Lifting your hips, supporting your hips with your hands into a simple inversion, having your legs up but relaxed. For a shoulder stand, if you like to do that, walking your hands further up your back until your body's in a straight line from your shoulders up. For parallel plow, slowly lower the legs over your head until they're parallel to the floor. If you can, release your arms behind you, palms and forearms flat on the mat. If you can move further, moving into a full plow, lowering the legs even more. And we'll do an inverted star, so separating your legs. So if you're in the parallel plow, if the full plow is not for you today, you can do that as well, separating your legs. Then bringing your arms up between your legs, palms
And fingers pointing to the ceiling, palms touching. Lower your arms around your hip. Bring your legs together. Holding the full plow a little longer. Ear closer if you wish, but bending your knees by each side of your ears. And if you like, you can bring your arms behind your back again, palms on the mat.
Slowly coming out, either bone by bone, rolling out or bridging out. However you like to come back out of your inversion. And again, hugging your knees, moving from side to side, or cupping your knees with your palms and circling your knees. That is a very nice massage of the back. And let's also do the happy baby pose. So keeping your knees bent, opening your legs, lifting your lower legs, holding onto your feet, or maybe your ankles. Make sure the knees stay bent. And you have a choice. You can roll from side to side, massaging your back gently, or holding it still, stretching the shoulders and the tailbone onto the mat. And let's release your hold, straighten the legs up again. We'll do a core strengthening pose or another core strengthening pose. Straighten your legs and dorsiflex your feet. And lifting your arms up, so your arms are parallel to each other. They're parallel to your legs. And with the next inhalation, lifting your head and shoulders, reaching up as if you wanted to get something off the ceiling. And then relaxing, hugging your knees again, lowering down. And we'll have a bridge pose. So bring the soles of the feet on the mat, knees are bent, knees are about hip width apart, lifting the hips up. And bring your arms underneath you, lifting one shoulder at a time, guiding your shoulder blades a little closer together. And lifting the hips up high, the weight is mostly in the heels. And lowering your hips down onto your arms, so onto your hands, depending on how long your arms are. Just want to have the arms under your body for the fish pose. And straighten your legs, the legs are relaxed. Arching the upper body onto your elbows. And then letting your head rest back. Most of the weight's on the elbows. If you like, you can do a strength variation by lifting the legs 45 degrees. Stay in the fish though. Slowly lower down. Make sure all the weight is on the elbows before you lift your hip, and let your butt rest down as well. Let's do a supine spinal twist, bending your right knee and guide it over to the left. Make sure you roll all the way onto that hip so that the knee can touch the floor. And bring your right arm in a straight armed arc across, looking over to the left. Slowly bring your arm back to the knee, guiding your knee to the center. And straighten your leg, everything on the other side. Bending the left knee, guide it to the right. And bring the left arm across, looking past your outstretched left fingertips. And slowly bring that arm back to the knee, guide your knee to the center. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees are bent, and open the legs to the outside, letting the knees fall out. Right hand on the navel, left hand on the heart. Close your eyes for a moment in Savasana. Just watch your breath rolling through your body with deep inhalations and exhalations. And slowly bringing your attention back, bring your knees together, rolling over onto the side, sitting up. And let's separate the legs. We'll do a V pose. Hands on the thighs with the inhalation, just lifting your spine, stretching a little bit. With the exhalation, sliding forward. Holding on where you comfortably can. Could be your lower legs, could be your feet. If you can hold onto your feet from the instep, you can make sure that the feet are dorsiflexed, that the toes are up. Take a deep inhalation here, and with your exhalation, allowing your torso and your head to come towards the floor. And releasing the pose as you inhale, sliding back up, pausing for a moment with your hands on your thighs, eyes closed. And then bring your legs together. We'll do a posterior stretch. With the inhalation, lifting the arms up by the ears, stretching up high. With the exhalation, bending forward. Holding on where you comfortably can. If you can easily reach your feet, 2 fingers around the big toe. Cap it with a thumb. That's a mudra, an energy lock in yoga. And let's pull the shoulders back a little bit, lifting your head, looking up. Inhale. And with your exhalation, bending your elbows and folding forward. Releasing the pose as you inhale, sliding back up to a seated position, pausing with your eyes closed. And head to the knees next, so keeping your right leg out. Bring your left leg in. And your right leg is straight in front of you. Hands on the thigh, foot is flexed. Inhale, lifting your spine with your exhalation, sliding forward. With the inhalation, sliding back up. Pausing for a moment with hands on your thigh, eyes closed. And let's switch sides. Opposite leg out, opposite leg in. Hands on the thigh, inhale, lifting. With the exhalation, sliding forward. It's important that the back of the knee is flat on the mat or as close to the mat as you can get it. It's not important that you reach your foot. It's important to have both hands in equal distance to your foot and relax into the pose. With the next inhalation, slowly releasing, sliding back up, pausing for a moment with the hands on your thigh. And then bring your legs in. We'll do a tabletop pose. So having the knees up, feet, knees about hip width apart, the hands behind you. You can have the fingers pointed away from you or towards you, whatever you prefer. With the inhalation, lifting the hips up and letting your head rest back. And slowly lower your hips down. Lying on your back. If you like, you can hug your knees to the chest again, rolling from side to side. We'll conclude the postures with some sahajams from the back. Breathing practice with movement. Here it's important to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and making the exhalations about twice as long as the inhalations. So focusing on the exhalation. We start on the left side, then the right, and then both. With the inhalation, lifting left arm and left leg. With the exhalation, open the mouth and hush the breath out. Inhaling, lifting right side. Exhaling, open the mouth and hush the breath out. It's an audible breath. And both sides, lifting both arms and both legs. And exhaling slowly. Let's do one more round, lifting left. And right. And both. It's time to get ready for deep relaxation. So if there's another stretch, another movement, you are called to do, please do what you need to. And then get comfortable in your deep relaxation position. Ideally, you're lying on your back, legs straight and relaxed, arms by your side, palms open and relaxed. If you like, you can lift your legs a few inches with a little bit of tension and let them just fall down. You can do the same with your arms, making fists with your hands, lifting up and let them just fall down, plop down. You can also lift your head a little bit, chin to the chest, lengthening your spine with your head and neck. And you could push your elbows into the mat, lifting your chest. Try to tuck the shoulder blades a little closer together. Deep relaxation is a conscious process of relaxing the body part by part. Let's begin by seeing, feeling, or imagining a soft, white, mist-like light entering your room. It moves towards you and gently surrounds your beautiful physical form. This light lifts you up and it feels like you're floating on a cloud. Invite this light to enter the toes of your left foot, toe by toe. Feeling arch, heel, ankle, left lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Your left leg is completely relaxed. Now guide this light into the toes of your right foot, toe by toe. Right arch, heel, ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, and hip. Both legs are completely relaxed. They feel hollow. Now guide this healing light into your torso, entering your abdomen, your stomach, your chest. Allow it to move deeper inside, touching your internal organs with this healing light. Moving up, encircling your beautiful heart. Expanding out and filling your whole chest with this healing white light. Now guiding this light into your back, relaxing away tension from your lower back. Moving through the middle part, into your upper back, relaxing all tension away. This light now enters the fingers of your left hand, finger by finger. Left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. It enters your right hand, finger by finger. Right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. This peaceful light moves into your neck and throat, like a wave flowing into your face, relaxing your jaw, filling mouth and lips, entering your nose, your cheeks, filling your ears, touching your temples, moving into your eyes and into your forehead. This peaceful light moves inside your head, inside your brain, melting away thoughts and feelings. It leaves your body through your head once more, surrounding you, expanding out and filling your room with your peace. Expanding out further and leaving your room. The peaceful light of consciousness moves through the city, over houses and trees, over oceans, mountains, and continents into space, to infinity, keeping you completely relaxed and completely in peace. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy. Gently preparing to guide your consciousness back. Trace it back over houses and trees, back into your room, back into your physical form. Energy and consciousness enters your head, fills your brain, moves down into your face, feel it behind your eyes, down your neck and throat, into your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Vitalized energy and consciousness fills your torso from your chest into your stomach, down to the hips, thighs, lower legs, feet, and toes. Moving fingers and moving toes, wiggling fingers and wiggling toes. Stretching the arms out and up, double inhale and double exhale, relaxing down. Let's do that one more time. Double inhale and tense. Double exhale, relax. You can hug your knees to the chest and roll onto your favorite side. Just lie there a moment longer. And then slowly but surely coming up to a seated position. And let's move a little bit, energize a little bit to make sure that we're back fully in our body, in our physical form, rotating the shoulders, moving head and neck from side to side, twisting to the left and twisting to the right, 4 times left and 1 more time right. Bring the left hand down onto the mat, right arm out and up, inhaling up and exhaling down, inhaling up the other side. And back and forth like ocean waves, inhaling up and exhaling down. And stretching the arms out and up, inhale, reaching up high, and exhale, palms together, pranam to the chest. Thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And I'm looking forward to being with you again next week, next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Namaste.